I want to quickly talk to you about loans for freelancers and 1099 workers. So, if you happen to be a freelancer this year or a 1099 workers, good thing is you have lots of loans for you. And especially if you are trying to really scale your business. Let's say you are a freelancer and you're trying to really, let's say, incorporate, have a legit business from sole proprietorship to a live stream as a loan for freelancers and 1099 workers. You have the volume, the loan amount. The maximum loan amount is $100,000. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. It just means that it gives you more possibilities as a freelancer or 1099 workers this year. And Livestream has actually tailored their offer to specifically those freelancers and 1099 workers that are in particular niches, okay, including coaching, including the creative art, the creative fields, and so on and so forth. And the fact that Livestream is not your typical fintech is also really good because it just means that you can be approved faster. Because Livestream is actually a subsidiary of Truist Bank, so that's pretty good. It's the online arm of Truist Bank, which means that as a freelancer or a 1099 worker, you have the possibility to be approved fast. The only thing is, the only caveat with Livestream is that you need to have good to excellent credit. So if you're a freelancer or a 1099 worker and you have good to excellent credit, you can qualify for Livestream real fast. But if you have bad credit, so keep watching because I'll be sharing with you other options for you because Livestream is not for you if you have bad credit, not at all. But good thing is you can apply and receive up to $100,000, and you can actually the repayment window can go from 24 months all the way to 144 months. So we're looking at 2 years all the way to 12 years. Okay, this is really good because if you get approved for $100,000, having 12 years to repay it is really good because you have possibilities. Okay, and basically your minimum credit score should be 660. You got to make at least $50,000, not $550,000, and you got to have also at least 3 years of credit history. In addition to your DTI, your debt to income ratio must be like a lower than 40%. Okay, so that's really good. But with Livestream, like I said, same day funding is actually possible. Okay, and there are no origination fees, late fees, or prepayment penalties. So that's really fantastic. If you are a freelancer or a 1099 worker this year, I want you, and you're looking for a loan, I want you to think about Upgrade. And Upgrade is one of those pretty good fintechs that have been around for a while now. I mean, pretty similar to Upstart. And Upgrade, what I love about Upgrade is that basically their requirements for FICO score are pretty lower. So I want you to shave 100 off the minimum that Livestream has, and you have what the Upgrade is looking for. Livestream is asking you for 660, right? And Upgrade is asking you for 560 minimum. So that's bad credit territory. That's bad credit territory. So if you have bad credit, you can still qualify for a loan at Upgrade. Okay, so that's really good. And also because it is a fintech, you are actually getting your cash within 24 hours. The funding process is really fast. Also, basically, you have to understand that you got to have 3 years of credit history. And if you happen to live in DC, the District of Columbia, you don't qualify because Upgrade doesn't have a banking license in that state. Okay, so that's something to really remember. And also, self-employed applicants are not eligible. So if you are a freelancer or 1099 worker, you have to really have some kind of let's say if you have even if you have single member LLC, you increase your chances of actually qualifying for a loan. Okay, so you have access with Upgrade. The cool thing is that you have access to a free credit score monitoring. So if you have bad credit, you have access to tools that can help you actually improve your situation. This is really good. You also have educational tools and personalized recommendation to help you understand and make the most of your credit. So this is really good. And you have also automatic payments and ability to customize the due date. You can manage your account online or via the Upgrade mobile app. So this is really good. And also, this app doesn't charge you any prepayment penalties. Even though they do charge you, they might charge you some origination fees depending on your area, depending on your state of residence. So if you're looking for loans for freelancers and 1099 workers this year, I want you to think about, besides Last Stream and Upgrade, I want you to think about Best Egg. Best Egg is another reliable fintech that actually gives out loans. And by the way, Upgrade, the maximum loan amount that you can have is $50,000. And that's the same limit that you can have with Best Egg. So with Best Egg, you can qualify for 50 grand maximum. Okay. And their qualifications are a little higher. Their qualification criteria are a touch higher than what you have with Upgrade. So you have a minimum credit score of 600, okay? And the loan actually is not available in Iowa, West Virginia, or Vermont. So if you are a resident of those three states, you cannot qualify for a Best Egg personal loan. So that's something to really think about. And one thing I want to say also is that you can get money in your account in as little as one business day. So if you need the cash real fast, you actually have a reliable lender in Best Egg. And also, they give you a pretty generous repayment window. So you can actually repay the loan between 3 and 5 years. Okay. And also, there are no prepayment penalties if you choose to pay the loan down to pay it down quicker. Okay, so that's really good. Unfortunately, sort of similar to Upgrade, this lender is charging you origination fees that go from 1% all the way to 7%. Okay, so I think it's just the way those platforms make money. Okay, because they're not banks, they're not credit unions. They actually serve as a middleman between you, the borrower, and banks. So they have to make money somehow. So they make money from the origination fees that they actually charge, among other avenues, of course. So what about Prosper? Prosper is another great loan for freelancers and 1099 workers. Okay, and Prosper is kind of similar to Best Egg and Upgrade in the sense that it is primarily a fintech company. Okay, and but Prosper actually does things a little differently because basically they give you a repayment window that's pretty generous, like 2 to 5 years, not 3 to 5 years. So that's really good already. The loan amount is $50,000, and the APR is kind of decent too. You're looking at 8% all the way to 36%. Okay, that's good. But if you are a West Virginia resident, Prosper cannot lend to you because they don't have a banking license in that state. And also with Prosper, even though the minimum credit score is around 500 to 560, just make sure that they have debt to income ratio that actually they have debt to income ratio limits. Okay, so it's around 33 to 37%. So you can't really go above that if you want to be approved with Prosper. Okay, but Prosper also charges you origination fees that go from 1% all the way to 8%. Like I said, those platforms, because they do not originate the lending process, they are served as an intermediary. They have to somehow make money also. Of course, they make money by charging the lender that they bring the business to. Okay, they bring the business to in terms of because there is a final lender, because they're not the final lender. They're just a middleman. But bottom line here is that they charge origination fees, and sometimes it can go all the way to 10%. So if you have 8%, that's not really that bad. Okay. But the cool thing is they actually fund you within a day too. So they're really fast. Those fintech platforms are really fast in terms of funding the personal loans that they approve. So that's a really good news piece of news actually. So if you're looking for loans for freelancers and 1099 workers, I want you to also think about Reprise Financial. Now, Reprise Financial is like a low profile sort of personal lender, but they actually are pretty good. They are really fast. Like they can fund you within 6 hours or 12 hours of approval. Okay, which is really good if you need cash real fast. In terms of the APR, you're looking at 10% to 36%, and the loan term goes from 3, 4 to 5 years. So they give you 36 months, 48 months, or 60 months. So this is really good. Okay. The only bummer here is that Reprise Financial is not as generous as others because they only give you 25,000. So if you're looking for a larger loan amount, you're not going to find a Reprise Financial pretty interesting. At least my team and I don't really find them interesting if you're looking for a loan amount that goes above 25,000. But hey, listen, in this economy, I mean, if you can get 25 grand maximum, that's still good anyway. Okay, so if other lenders don't want to approve you for any reason, and you are able to get a loan through a Reprise Financial, this is really fantastic. Okay, and also minimum credit score 500 to a 530 with Reprise Financial. Just make sure you have at least 3 years of credit history and that you are not a resident of Iowa, West Virginia, Wisconsin, or DC. So those are three states and the District of Columbia. Actually, they haven't given Reprise Financial the license that they need to deploy their business yet. Okay, but bottom line is with this lender, you can get up to 25,000 as soon as tomorrow. Okay, it's really good. You can consolidate your debt. You can reduce your monthly payments or get cash back to use for just about anything. It's all about what you want to use the cash for. You can also simplify your financial picture with fixed rates, payments that stay the same, clear terms, and no prepayment penalties. So this is really good from a flexibility point of view. And you also have a easy online account management with a dedicated specialist standing by to answer your questions. So that's what I love about Reprise Financial because they give you all the possibilities upfront, or even like at the let's say once you get a loan through them, you have supports 24/7. Okay, so this is really good. Just keep in mind that if your loan is funded by 4 p.m. Central, not including weekends or holidays, you will receive your funds the next business day. Okay, so this is good to think about. And interest on your loan will begin to accrue the first business day after your loan actually funds. So keep that in mind. So another lender that I want you to think about if you are, let's say, a freelancer or a 1099 worker is Universal Credit. Okay, Universal Credit is another wonderful lender, and they're giving you a maximum of $50,000. And Universal Credit actually is more generous with the repayment window because they're giving you 2 to 7 years. Okay, and $50,000, that's the minimum, and the minimum credit score. Again, we are in subprime territory, subprime real estate. So you're looking at 500. So if you have a FICO score of 500 and you're a freelancer or a 1099 worker, you can still be approved for a loan through Universal Credit. Okay, you're looking at 12% all the way to 36%. And again, like I said, you have 2 to 7 years and maximum $50,000. $50,000. Okay, and also this loan is not available to Iowa or DC residents. Okay, I don't know why, but the banking licenses are sometimes tough to get in those jurisdictions. Okay, so if you are a resident of those areas, you just want to look for another lender. Okay, and also you have the ability to set automatic payments to customize the due date. Also, okay, you can also use Universal Credit. You can use the app to manage your account. Okay, and sort of similar to Upgrade with Universal Credit, you have access to a free credit score monitoring, educational tools, and personalized recommendations to help you understand and make the most of your credit. Okay. Remember, we are speaking about $50,000. Okay. And one thing I want to say here is that with Universal Credit, what I love is that their customer service is really, really knowledgeable. They're very courteous. They will listen to you. They will answer all questions that you have. That's really good because stuff happens. You just never know. And if you have questions, you want actually a customer service rep to really walk you through the process and explain everything that you need to really understand. So if you are a freelancer or a 1099 worker and you're looking for a personal loan this year, I want you to also think about One Main Financial. Now, One Main Financial is not as generous as the other players on this list because they're only giving you 20,000. Now, I said only because compared to last stream's $100,000 or upgrades or best egg or prosper or reprise financial at 50K, 20 grand is a little insignificant, right? But money is money. Money is money, and it's better to have it not than not have it. Okay, so basically, the loan terms here go from 2 to 5 years, and the APR 18 to 36%. Okay, something to really think about. But there are more restrictions, more geo restrictions attached to One Man Financial than other lenders on this list because basically One Man Financial is not available to Alaska residents, Arkansas. Okay, you have Connecticut, DC, Massachusetts, Nevada, Rhode Island, or even Vermont. So those are residents who don't qualify. Okay, but the cool thing is about One Man Financial is that they've been around. Guess what? For more than 100 years. That's pretty strong right there. Okay, you're speaking about a proven track record. So One Minute has been around, and they have a personalized service in over 1,400 locations. So if you think about One Minute Financial, think about a hybrid between an online lender and a bank. It's not technically a bank in the sense that you can't open checking accounts there or savings accounts, and your funds are not actually secured up to $250,000 by the FDIC yet, but they do have brick and mortar branches that you can actually walk into one and have a conversation with a live person. Okay, this is something to really think about, especially if you want to, if you don't want to have a conversation on the phone, you want to talk to a live person. Basically, this lender gives you the possibility to do so. Okay, but just remember, their maximum is $20,000. That's how they're able to run their business for the last few years. Okay, and also you have the possibility to actually talk to someone live, and also their unsecured loans are pretty flexible. They don't ask you to really collateralize it in the first place. Okay, so that's really good. As a recap into this conversation, I spoke to you about loans for freelancers and 1099 workers, and those include a live stream, upgrade, best egg, prosper, reprise financial, universal credit, and One Main Financial. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.